You're watching the Wrestling Nerd Broadcast. Now here's your hosts, Tom, Nick, and Dave. It's you, it's me, it's N.R.D. It's you, it's me, it's N.R.D. Uh-huh. Let's start the show.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. It is you, it is me, it is T, it is D. Touchdown, everyone, because Tom hates sports. We're still feuding. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Wrestling Nerd Broadcast.
That was good.
Yeah, you like that, huh?
Tom hates sports, and we're still feuding.
You like that. First of all, shout out Josh Breezy for coming on the show last week. If you haven't already done so, make sure you pre-order his micro brawler. It's looking pretty sick. I'll say this, ladies and gentlemen. I can't share it yet, but we will in the coming weeks. But if you are in our Patreon group, we have big brawler news that we are going to break in our Patreon chat. So if you want to be the first to know about and see the art for a brawler that nobody knows is coming, I've got the artwork. I showed Tom, I showed Nick, and that's all I'm allowed to say.
Yeah, let's just real quick. Sometimes on this show, we're full of shit. Me and Dave, we don't hate each other. This is actually a real one. Dave sent me the artwork, and fuck. Like, this is
I'll
cool.
say this, folks.
Brawler game's getting a little
spicy.
We thought things were gonna get fun with some stuff, and sorry, I keep rubbing condensation on my forehead. I got sunburned this week.
Okay.
It's cool. This is cool. Maybe another guest on the show.
It is very cool, and ladies and gentlemen, it's coming. That's all we can say.
Yeah.
But what I can say, and what I can elaborate on,
I'm gonna fuck this up for you so bad right now,
is T-shirts. Okay?
Ready?
I got a problem with T-shirts, Tom.
Okay, I do too.
But I don't know if you know the direction I'm going with this in T-shirts. Okay?
I have no idea. We didn't talk.
I think WWE people, I love that they show, as a sports fan, I love when they show like, oh, here's so-and-so showing up to the arena, here's so-and-so showing up to the arena. Lets them show off their personal style, right? It's cool. I hate that nobody besides John Cena, Jey Uso, and Kevin Owens are the only people that wear their current logo design T-shirt. Do you remember when your T-shirt was your wardrobe when you came out to cut a promo or anything?
Yep.
Like, I cannot tell you the logo or design that WWE is trying to push right now because I haven't seen somebody wear said T-shirt. Cody on occasion wears the T-shirt, I feel like. But it depends if he's coming out. Yeah, if he's coming out to cut a promo, he's wearing his suit. If he's coming out to make the save because his friend's getting beat up, he might be in the track pants and the cutaway T-shirt.
He might be in a suit.
He might be. But I also said this when we met, when Margaret, Kathleen, and I met MVP and Shelton Benjamin. I said, like, you guys have great style. You should really consider making your own suit line. And MVP just goes, dang, that's a brilliant idea. Why didn't we think of that? I was like, run with it. I'd be honored.
Yeah.
So if MVP comes out with a suit line in the next couple months, you're welcome.
We're suing them.
I was like, you need a big, like, looking around. There's big and tall people in this room right now who need not off the racks and coals. What's that?
I refer to us big and tall as thick and juicies.
There we go. A little thick and juicy there for you folks. But yeah, like, and I understand, like, WWE puts out like 4 designs for certain wrestlers now. So like, but there used to be like the official shirt for this wrestler from like June to August, and then like, oh, new pay-per-view, new shirts coming out, new shirt. Oh, I gotta get that shirt.
Yeah,
and I don't see that with not even AEW people, because again, it's Moxley and crew are just in there plain white tees.
Yeah, there's too many shirts now too.
Also, I don't even think it's yes, to an extent, there's too many shirts. I don't think everybody needs 4 designs at a time. But I just remember, like, you think of how it evolved for Austin 316, and then it became, um, there was, what the hell was it? There was like he had like a long sleeve one that had like the 4 skulls across and like the something like that. But you get what I mean.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, you'd see that shirt on TV, like, oh, that's a really cool shirt. I gotta buy that shirt. John Cena is the only one that's making money off t-shirt right now. Like, I am mentally prepared when SummerSlam comes to MetLife Stadium in August, and I've got my tickets. I'm excited. I'm gonna buy the John Cena t-shirt because I know he's gonna wear it. So I can be like, that's my guy. It's John Cena. It's his last time. Let's do it.
Yep. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
It's interesting because I feel like it's just such a missed money-making opportunity, right?
Yep.
We see the shirt on the person and we think that's cool. So we buy the shirt.
Like WWE with their shop like ads and whatnot, they push so much merchandise, and I get it. There's so many different things. Like, let's just look at Cody Rhodes right now. The t-shirts aren't even the top items per top set. Like, I just went to WWE shop and I clicked on Cody Rhodes. The top 3 items are the American Nightmare logo side plates for the belt, the American Nightmare Team Nightmare windbreaker jacket, and then a signed 16 by 20 of Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes from WrestleMania 40. Then you get to a t-shirt. Then you got his Funko Pop, then another t-shirt, then another t-shirt.
$35 t-shirt.
Yeah, it's $35. There's one t-shirt here. I'm sorry, that's an oversized t-shirt. That's $40. But yeah, it's just like, and I get it. You know, they kind of gone.
I mean, even Jey Uso, his 2 of his 4 are not shirts.
What do you mean?
He's got cereal and gold sports shades.
Yeah. Oh shit! Is that a real thing? The cereal's a real thing?
Same with Roman Reigns. His Frosted 3 of his top 6 are not shirts.
Yeah, it's, you know, I remember everybody used to just kind of have that one shirt, and that was kind of it at a time. But I feel like they've kind of gone the pro wrestling tees way. Like, I think it's, I think I heard Ryan Barkin talk about this in an interview at one point where, you know, WWE has now gone the way of, similar to what pro wrestling tees is, it's merchandise on demand. So anybody, you know, you buy a shirt, they're not just sitting on boxes and boxes of merchandise. Obviously, they're bringing stuff to the arenas for shows, but they're not bringing as many absorbent amounts as they used to.
I mean, granted, I've been to like SmackDowns and shit, but like even like SmackDowns and like Dynamites, and I went to Raw not too long ago. Their merch booths are small.
Yep.
Like, I remember as a kid, like, I couldn't decide. And I felt like they had just like every wrestler had a shirt. Then they had, I want more foam fingers and things like that.
I completely agree. And you go to people's, you know, booths nowadays. Like, I'm going to meet Matt Cardona this Saturday. You know, spoiler, we're recording this on the 14th, and I'm planning on meeting Matt Cardona, friend of the broadcast, Matt Cardona, on Saturday the 17th. And I'm kind of at a point in my life where, you know, yeah, I've got some major pod shirts and whatnot. I'm more into the collectibles. You know, maybe I buy a Big Rubber Guy or a Major Bendy or something like that, or something along the lines of what he's got at his table. I don't necessarily need shirts, but at the same time,
he doesn't even bring shirts.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't bring shirts now, you know, because he's got pro wrestling tees for that. So, yeah, I miss those days of, you know, you want to know, you see your favorite wrestler wearing a shirt, you're like, oh, I want that shirt. But, you know, I understand the times change, but my 2 cents. Do with that information what you will, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. I got beef with shirts.
Why do you got beef with shirts?
So many fucking shirts.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's our own fault for collecting the major crate, the pro wrestling crate for so many years.
Oh my god! Like I don't even want to go through them. Oh, just buy. Someone give me $200 and I'll ship you 50 shirts. $2 a shirt.
Dude, I sold like 2 of those crates that I did for $30. Nobody's buying them. Nobody's buying them. Like I don't know if it's because like nobody needs XL size. I feel like you need the shirts that resell are either 2 to 3X or mediums.
Yep.
Large and 2X don't sell well. So
no,
unless you're on Whatnot for pro wrestling tees, because those things sell like hotcakes when they sell those shirts there. But shout out to Pro Wrestling Tees for supporting the Pope.
You gotta support the Pope.
Do you think that Pope Leo has ever been to a WWE show? I mean, if he's going to a White Sox game,
yeah,
my heart wants to tell me he wouldn't decline the invite to a wrestling show.
No, I'm gonna say he's for sure. In Chicago, of course.
Big Effie guy? You think he likes Effie?
Big Effie guy.
Big Effie.
Actually, so here's the fucking thing: is like he's too progressive for the conservatives and too conservative for the progressives. That's a problem. Well, not really. Here's me going on theology because I have a fucking master's in.
I teed you up perfectly.
The dude is socially progressive as far as wanting to take care of like the immigrant, the orphan, the people, but doctrinally conservative. Women can't be ordained as deacons. Not down with LGBTQ marriages, but okay with civil unions like the previous pope. So I don't know. I hear he's a good guy. He's not a raging conservative, so I'm fine with it. But we could have had pizza dance, and we didn't.
Pope pizza baller.
That man, I don't know anything about that man, but that's a fucking missed opportunity. Instead of fucking communion wafers at church, you get a fucking slice of pizza.
No.
On fucking Easter, you get a goddamn calzone.
That's too big. I think you got to do a pizza roll.
A Totino's?
A little Totino's or a bagel bite.
I'll take a fucking one. I love both of those, but I will always take a bagel bite over a Totino's.
What flavor? Or
fucking cheese?
Just plain cheese? You don't like pepperoni ones?
I don't like pepperoni. I don't eat. I mean, I eat
chicken.
It's
true.
But
Sorry.
I don't eat pork.
It's fair. Very fair. I must say this regarding the new pope. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't like to get too political here and whatnot. But the fact that somebody was able to pick Pope Leo out of the crowd at the World Series that was 20 years ago is fucking insane.
People are crazy.
It's like, and here's the thing. When they show him in the crowd of Game 1 of the World Series, it's the top of the ninth, and I think the Astros are down to their final 2 strikes. So they had to sit through about 3.5 hours of the fucking broadcast to be like, oh shit, it's him. Like,
it's him. It's him. And you know who it isn't? Let's go back to wrestling. You know who it isn't? Tony Khan and dropping the ball with AEW lately.
Oh, my.
I'm bored. I don't
even watch AEW at this point, quite honestly.
Mox has to drop the fucking title. I'm over it. Like, when they drop the title, they need to just create a brand new title. Because this is, I don't even want to see the old title at this point. I want them to destroy it and create something new. It's just getting drawn out. Tonight was a cage match, Mox versus Samoa Joe. We knew the title wasn't changing hands tonight. We knew that. It was a great match. It was fun. It was exciting. It ended. It was all crazy. But like, I just need. It's weird. I'm complaining about this because I love Japan's long-term storytelling. But I feel like in New Japan, it just kept things interesting instead of giving you the same thing. And now we're just getting the same thing.
The best. You mentioned long-term storytelling. And I do agree with that. The best long-term storytelling that AEW has done in their short history is Hangman Page's quest for the championship.
Yeah.
The problem here is the quest for this championship that Mox is holding is not being chased. We don't even see the guy who's going to eventually take the title. I said back in January, I think, I was like, Darby Allin takes the title off Moxley at Revolution 1 year after Sting's retirement. And I understand Darby wants to go climb fucking Mount Everest. He did a fucking kickflip and broke the world record for highest one. That's great. At the same time, though, this heel just holding on to the title, we're not even seeing the chase. The guy that's going to win the title is not even in frame yet.
You still think it's Darby?
I 100% think it's Darby. As soon as Darby gets down the mountain, fucking Tony Khan's going to be waiting at the bottom of the limo.
Probably, what, 2 more months at least?
All In. It happens at All In, most likely. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Whoever wins the Casino Battle Royale. So, no, it's going to happen. Fuck. It's not even happening in July.
It's going to be in January.
It could be in January. Wait, how many episodes is Dynamite?
All In's in September, right?
All In is in July. It's on Margaret's birthday, July 12th.
What the fuck is in September?
I don't know. When are they doing Forbidden Door? Because I know they're doing.
They didn't go to All In September. The original All In September.
They're doing All In July in
Why?
Texas. I don't know. I'll say this: All In Texas. Happy birthday, Margaret! You're going to get to see Okada versus Kenny Omega, which,
Kenny Omega.
We should be excited for this, right? We should be. But this is my problem with AEW. And this is what I said was going to be the problem with AEW.
Double or Nothing's in like 10 days.
Yeah.
All In Forbidden Door August.
So
and that's it.
This is the problem and what I feared would happen with AEW, and it kind of has, at least in my mindset. And again, I don't bash AEW for it. But for so long, the only way that most of us were able to have any view of Cody, the Young Bucks, Kenny, Okada, Hangman, throw Marty Scurll in there for a while.
All Out in September.
Oh, All Out's in September. Maybe that's it. The only way we got to watch these guys was through clips on social media and being the Elite.
Yeah.
And so you got to hear these guys and you got to build this almost mythos aura of them. And it's one of those, it's almost like Christmas. Christmas is special because it happens once a year. But if you had Christmas every day, you'd get sick of it. And I'm not saying I'm sick of the Young Bucks or I'm sick of Okada or any of these things. But the specialness, the specialty, the special being of them is gone.
Yeah.
Kazuchika Okada is a guy in a wrestling company.
Mm-hmm.
He just feels like a guy. I hate Hulk Hogan. He's a racist piece of shit. But when Hulk Hogan walked onto the set of Raw during the Netflix debut on January 6th, lo and behold, you still felt an aura of this guy.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, granted, I was born in 88. I feel like I didn't really watch a lot of Hogan, so it's almost like, again, I'm sorry, Tom, being a sports reference.
The last time The Rock came out.
Yeah. It's almost like that aura of Babe Ruth. I've heard these great things of him. I've, seen minor video of him, but I didn't get to see him play. So he kind of lives in this bigger than life mythical creature almost.
Yeah. Yep.
So many people think, how can you compare LeBron to Jordan? Well, again, I watched Jordan when I was 10, 12 years old. I watched LeBron as an adult who understands the game of basketball. It's different analyzing things. You can't really fuck, what did they do to Okada, man? Fuck.
Yeah. And
they put him in the ring with this motherfucker at one point, I think.
I don't know.
Hologram.
I just feel like, and this isn't an AEW too, I think this is WWE as well for me. We need a reset. And how do you do a reset? You can't. Like, you can't tie up every storyline. Like, even now, like with the Tony Storm stuff, like I will die on the fucking hill that Tony Storm is God's gift to professional wrestling over the past year or so. And even this, I don't know where this women's stuff's going. Like, B. Priestley took the Japan title off of Mercedes, I think. And are we going to find, like, Mercedes needs to drop the title or titles or whatever, because it's just not happening.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, all right, like, we need a reset. Strip everyone from their titles and start over. But that's like so shitty.
So this is where I think, and again, this is how I enjoy wrestling. So how I enjoy wrestling is not going to be necessarily the same way that you enjoy wrestling. When I say you, I don't mean you, Tom. I mean the viewing
I hate
audience.
wrestling.
I enjoy wrestling because my wife's like creeping in the shadow. I can see her. Oh my God. Are we fucking for real? Are we really putting this right now? She is holding this thing up that Jonathan Hodap sent to me. There is a dark shadow looming over my office right now.
You cannot show it on
We
here.
cannot show that on camera.
Jonathan Hodap sends
Don't you dare. Jesus Christ, she just flung it at me. Jesus Christ. Big D energy.
I'll show it real quick.
But can I help you, Danielle? You're trying to get my YouTube channel stripped right now, like that gentleman in your hands. Great. Yeah, put that with the action because it's just great. I'm gonna look at this fucking third leg this man has for the fucking wrestling broadcast. But the way I was saying, the way I enjoy wrestling is Patreon exclusive video there. The way I enjoy Danielle. The way I enjoy wrestling is I have to care. It's literally right here. I have to care. You have to give me a reason why these two people in this ring don't like each other. What are they fighting for? What is the reasoning? AEW puts on far superior in-ring without any context matches.
Yeah.
I will give you that because we always go into a pay-per-view with AEW. I'm not really excited about it. And then we watch it. And it's like, wow, that was amazing. I watched at Northeast Wrestling a gentleman by the name of Romeo Roselli. We hope to have him on sometime. A Westchester, New York native. He had his final match. For those of you who don't know who Romeo Roselli is, he was a mid-card talent in WWE. He was a part of the Heartthrobs. I don't know if that rings a bell to anyone out there. But he had a pretty respectable independent wrestling career. And so they advertised it as this is Romeo Roselli's last match. It's like, my 7-year-old daughter has never gotten to watch me wrestle. And I just want one more chance to compete at Westchester County Center, where I grew up going to all these shows. And you know what? They had all these pomp and circumstance. He cut some promos on social media. Mike Mondo, formerly Mikey of the Spirit Squad, cut a promo. It was like, yeah, I can't wait to put the final nail in your coffin. He had a manager, Vito, who's a fantastic talent. I would love to have him on this broadcast. Wearing a shirt that you get from like the Jersey Shore store. It says Romeo Roselli sucks. It was all this pomp and circumstance throughout sports entertainment-esque, very almost Cody Rhodes-esque type of match. Makes you feel things. His daughter's sitting ringside. They cut to her. She's in tears. Daddy's in the Boston Crab. And then all of a sudden, Vito gets involved, and he got something. He's like, you know what? I knew this was going to happen. That's why I brought out somebody to watch my back. And it's Mick Foley, holy shit, coming out to save the day. Mick Foley is explaining to Romeo's daughter the entire, like, Daddy's okay. It's okay. He's fine. He's fine. He's pretending. He's fine. But like, they made you care. Like, I wasn't even like, I saw Romeo Roselli, big deal, but in that moment, like, come on, man. Like, you're fighting like that's your brother out there. And they made me care. AEW doesn't make me care as much. If you compare it like an Olympic event and you just had judges, AEW is going to win Matt Classic straight up 10 out of 10 times. Storytelling, WWE does far superior. So they're able to slip. They're able to fly under the radar though on in-ring quality. But
yeah. I mean, you look at the independents. Like, Pure Pro Wrestling comes to Holland all the time, or not all the time, a couple times a year, and like, we don't technically know, if you're not following them on social media, we don't know the feuds. We don't know, like, oh, this guy retired, like,
Yep.
and he's a staple every time he comes, so he won't be there. And somehow these independent companies are able to tell that story like that.
Yep. They are. Like that's what Northeast Wrestling is able to do in like a short span. They run, one, maybe two shows in a month, and so you kind of got to follow the social media with it to see, and that's I mean, AEW for me, again, one of the top stories I've ever watched is Hangman's path to the title. It's one of the greatest chase stories of all time. It's the greatest story AEW's ever told, in my opinion. Um, but it's like I feel like you either get that or you get the Death Riders thing, which is dying a slow death. It's riding its death
It
out.
was really exciting for a while.
It was because you thought like, okay, obviously Mox is gonna get this win and that win, cool, but then Darby's gonna eventually come. It's May 14th. Darby's still not here.
Yep.
Again, I understand he broke his foot, so that delayed things. But
did it have
Christ,
to be Darby then? Like,
I think it does. Because here's the thing.
I agree. It does. It does.
John Moxley keeps saying, like, I need to protect AEW. Is Will Ospreay an AEW guy? When you think Will Ospreay, do you think AEW? I think British Independent Wrestling. I don't think of Swerve when I think of AEW. I think of a former WWE guy. And that's not an insult. That's just where my mind goes. I'm thinking of who is a purebred, heart and soul AEW guy. It's Darby. It's your Hangman.
Darby, Hangman, MJF.
Yeah. And MJF ain't fighting for the soul of AEW.
It can't be MJF. Can't.
No.
Could be Hangman. Could be Darby. But that's the options.
Yeah, that's kind of it. And I think it's going to be Darby.
Can't be Kenny.
Nope. Like you could easily build it to be Kenny. You could easily build it that way.
And it'll be incredible.
But I don't think they will. That's the problem.
It's got to be someone that doesn't make sense physically, but makes sense spiritually.
Yeah.
Like, this is not about, like, we've seen the matches with Mox lately. Like, he's having bangers. They're violent as shit. They're good matches. It doesn't matter how big and tough and strong the person is.
Yep.
Right? It's like that the New Japan, the fighting spirit thing. Like, it's who's got that shit inside. It's gotta be Darby. I don't think it can't be. I'm gonna go as far as say it can't be Hangman because I don't think it makes sense for Hangman.
Nope.
He's too up and down with am I good, am I bad? Am I good, am I bad? I don't fucking know.
Yep.
Darby's consistently like he's the AEW guy.
He is a marketable guy. Kids love him.
Kids fucking love him.
He's a
maniac.
If Darby was taller, like, and I mean this by no disrespect, Darby is too small for people to think like, oh man, that's a guy that can carry a company. Even though if you look at it from a wrestling standpoint, like, yes, does he have the size? No. However, he's got a marketable look. Kids love him. He does crazy shit that you need to watch.
Great signature moves.
Why would you not want that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's it.
Flamethrower at a TV.
Yeah.
Who else does that?
X-Pac. But other than that was 27 years ago. Yeah, so eventually Darby's going to win this title. Probably all out. Is it in Chicago?
They haven't announced it.
Probably. It's probably Chicago. So
obviously it's fucking Chicago.
It'll be Chicago. Oh my God.
I have
a hell of an hold on. Moxley, Allen, all out Chicago street fight. It's going to hell, right? And guess what? The ref gets knocked out when all of a sudden, what's coming out? It's the fucking Pope Mobile, driven by Sting. He's driving Pope Leo the 14th to the ring, and
They
Pope
donated
Leo's
Pope
got a
Mobile, so it can
fucking
happen.
baseball bat with a crucifix on it. And guess what? When, in case of emergency, breaks the glass, throws Darby the bat. Darby fucking blades Moxley with the crucifix bat, and guess what? Hits the coffin drop from the Pope Mobile. Pope Leo takes off his robe to reveal a fucking referee shirt. 1, 2, 3. Darby Allin is your new world champion with his arm raised by Sting and Pope Leo the 14th.
It just makes sense.
Welcome.
It just makes sense. Can we go to bed now?
Yeah.
I can't come out. I can't do anything after that.
Can't top that, ladies and gentlemen.
Perfect.
So make sure you buy our merchandise. You can get our t-shirts on prowrestlingtees.com/WNRDB, or I'm sorry, it's / the Wrestling Nerd Broadcast. If you want to know the big micro brawler news that's coming your way,
join the
Patreon.com/WNRDB. And then, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram and all that good stuff. And if you want to know what my wife threw at me, you should also join our Patreon because the video's there. So it's very interesting. It's very naughty. Very naughty. So, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself, Tom, and Nick, who's not feeling well, so put that you hope that Nick feels better in the comments. Don't forget to tell your mother you love her every day because, like Kevin Durant said, Mom, you're the real MVP. Good night, everyone, and God bless America.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Take care of yourselves. Sometimes days are hard. Sometimes days are easy. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the good. Sit in the bad, but don't let it overcome you. Fuck Donald Trump. Don't fucking do that.